Hi, little Smoogies. Zaichiban, the one and only. And today I found some information about regarding the source of SweetBaby Inc. And the threat they propose against game developers. I haven't made a video talking about Sweet Baby in a long time since I made my Wukong video as of like 2 months back or something prior to that. But you can check out my community postings where I post a video of Asmongold stating the sweet baby being cooked, and and the channel that he was watching on was from a channel called Gaming Expo of Color out there, and by far of threats and everything goes, this employer was a employee of Sweet Baby for projects back of last year and everything, and it doesn't really surprise me with the nose ring and the weird looking the weird looking haircut, the non-binary status and everything. But when you got somebody saying like, "Oh, we're trying to make um, better storylines, a safer world for players out there, and we're going to burn every game industry to the ground." Now, burning every single game industry to the ground, that's a threat, man. It seems like these people goals are to destroy game industries left and right with their narratives. The reason why this company exists is to critique others' um, game developments. They they want to prevent what people are playing these days. That is the norm. They obviously just want to walkify like every little detail and cranny out there, and that's a big threat to game developers. I honestly see that as a threat. Like the moment you say we're gonna burn every game industry down to the floor, that's funny enough. That person that was talking in that video was actually blacklisted quite a bit for most game developers. Like we're talking about indie studios, like some independent studios out there. At this point, Square Enix dropped Sweet Baby off their list of consultants. Sweet Baby removed Square Enix off their list of consultants of like people, which Square Enix by itself has their own ethics department. We don't. Square Enix doesn't need Sweet Baby Incorporated to critique their games, and they also talked about how they felt about Final Fantasy 16 and Final Fantasy 7 Rebirthed it so too well because of their mistake with Sweet Baby Incorporated. Now, Final Fantasy 16 and 7 Rebirthed did its job by selling quite well. I'm not a Final Fantasy 16 enjoyer at all, to be honest. Yeah, I feel like the gameplay quite different. Goals for storytelling and combat and gameplay wise, which I can't. Which that can just be a different subject on its own, though, to be honest. But 7 Rebirth was good. Yeah, I think Square Enix is kind of like, honestly, like, I don't know. Even though we have our own ethics department, so they can still in between. They can still be in between of what's okay and not okay. But in the future, we just have to wait to the future. At this point, they could possibly strip the rights, the source code into Dragon Quest 3 2D remake if they really wanted to. If they really wanted to, or they just want to continue the way it's going right now. My opinion states that I'm still going to buy the game because I love Dragon Quest, and I've been hearing a lot of positive things from David Vink on YouTube. David Vink is a great guy on YouTube that talks about RPGs. I love his channel. He definitely does go down to the source of the news and everything, talking about the best RPGs of this time, the seasonal, all that good groovy stuff and everything. And but yeah, gamers today just really don't want to deal with anything that's DEI related or the ESG. Diversity can be a good thing in video games, but it can also sell like shit. It can also sell like shit for your company if you furtively crammed it all in, like, a company that SweetBaby does. Us gamers want normal games where we can bend the laws of physics from the outside world into doing what we not usually able to do every day. We want to play normal games like these. Like this. Like that. Games like these. Games like that. And normalcy of games like these today that is still popular, that people still play today. And I am a Souls addict fanatic. I know, but yeah. Anyway. My mom actually stated. She watched that video as well. My mom said, the words from my own mother, she said, yeah, that is a threat. I wouldn't want to work for people like that either. Or having to deal with people like that either. Let's just go back to making video games with really good stories and plots, and not have to worry about the current agenda of this year at all. And by far, if your game sells like shit, that's probably because you have all this DI consultancy in your product. I'm not being a mean person about this. I'm just stating my honest criticism about it. And if people want to call me a grifter, then so be it. I don't care, This is honestly how I feel about how video games need to be video games, But yeah, thank you for watching. If you like what you see, give this video a big like, subscribe, and I'll be streaming today for some more Elden Rings with my rich build. Ichiban Samugi signing off. I'll see you guys in the stream.